Tired of Big Brother tracking your every move? Would you like to surf the net anonymously? Conceal your location? Well, then check out patriotinternet.com, a New Hampshire business eager to attend your privacy needs. patriotinternet.com.
Yeah! Make them hurt! You should be Make them hurt!
You guys should be proud of yourselves. Look at what you're doing.
There's no reason to wrench his arms behind his back like that.
There's no reason to cause pain on public.
This was the part we were allowed to film.
It looks like they might have hurt Sam.
Free press advocates jailed in protest of a reporter's arrest.
I didn't see it. They wouldn't let anybody see it.
What are they arresting you for? What are you arresting him for?
Get out of the way.
But this wasn't where things started. They started inside Keene, New Hampshire District Court, and they sounded like this.
No cameras, no recording.
Okay, this is not an order, sir. This is not signed by anybody, and I've read this.
You ready for the arraignment? Of course. Let's get you in here. We'll get you screened in. We'll get you going.
Authorities prevented us from videotaping this horrific-sounding arrest, but what you're hearing is keen indie journalist Sam Dodson screaming in pain. Now he has been able to tell more about his arrest for videotaping in a public place. Phoning the radio show Free Talk Live from a western New Hampshire jail, he says authorities punished him for going limp. I was able to witness a few seconds of the arrest process through a window and can verify that officers were handling him in a manner that made him scream, or seemed to, and that they promptly carted him away from our prying eyes to continue handling him in a place we couldn't see. So Sam is claiming that the chief apparently witnessed the punctures on his wrist. On April 22nd, I called Keene's police chief, Arthur Walker, and requested comment regarding Sam's version of events. As of 24 hours later, the chief has not returned my phone call.
In the courtroom? And I'm now videotaping here also.
You can't videotape here either.
Now, I can tell you that when I was arrested for doing the same thing, police handled me pretty well. However, I was walking wherever they wanted me to. And they were just a little bit rough with me toward the beginning of the arrest, when I refused to put down a video camera. You know, they put it down for me. As of April 22nd, Dodson remains at the Cheshire County Department of Corrections in Westmoreland, New Hampshire, It's roughly his 12th day there, and I believe his 12th day of hunger strike. He says he's refusing to eat because they have removed most other choices from him, and this is one of the few choices he has left. Officially, his charges are disorderly conduct, refusal to process, and resisting arrest. This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by PatriotInternet.com.